To the fake news channel, and we're going to show you some more fake news. But first, I'm going to go back and bring you up to speed, show you some things that you may not have known about, and we're going to get into this, and you can see what's going on. So remember Anthony Weiner? He was married to Uma Abedin, which was the top aide for Hillary Clinton during the whole campaign, and people, they joke about it, but it was actually pretty serious. I mean, the guy ended up getting busted, as you can see here. May face criminal charges with a 15-year-old girl. We ain't heard about it lately, but it's still out there, still happening. They just don't want to talk about it because they want you to forget about it, and obviously his lawyers are just, kicking the can down the road. Eventually he will have to answer for this. He's not going to be cleared of none of this. You can't be sending text messages yourself naked to a 15-year-old girl, no matter how small or big the charges is. The dude's a sick pervert, and they got a lot of them over there in that campaign. So here we go. Check this out just to bring you up to speed.
Anthony Weiner issued an apology saying he was filled with regret and heartbroken over a recent claim that he sexted with a 15-year-old girl, but also suggested it could be a hoax. He issued the statement.
He admitted to it, but then said it could be a hoax. So, I mean, which is it? He said that he did do it, but then he also said that it could be a hoax. So he's leaving it up in the air because he's going to try and get, a lenient sentence later on down the road. Obviously, he doesn't want to deny it completely because, it's probably true.
And after the Daily Mail posted a story where a 15-year-old girl claims she exchanged numerous raunchy messages with the disgraced ex-congressman. Weiner didn't directly deny talking to the team, but indicated in his statement that it might not be entirely true.
So he doesn't deny it, but said it might not be true because the truth of it is he doesn't know what the fuck he's been out there doing. This is what happens when you're addicted to something. You're not keeping track of, are you of age? Are you this? Are you that? No, you're just posting your dick out there, or your chest, or your whatever, and you're asking for pics back, and you don't know if you're talking to an undercover cop, or a 15-year-old girl, or some grown-ass woman that actually wants to hook up with you. Who knows? These people are sick people. Alright, so that's that. Now, remember, he was married to, there she is right there, Uma Abedin. Who was she? She was this person right here. Check it out.
Released redacted copies of the search warrant that gave the FBI new license to dig into Hillary Clinton's emails. You may remember that this move came just a week or so before the presidential election. The emails were found on a computer belonging to Anthony Weiner, the estranged husband of top Clinton aide Uma Abedin. Joining us now,
Alright, so there you go. They had been having email problems, and information was out there about them. You didn't have to hack it. It was just out there. I mean, they had emails everywhere. He had emails on his fucking laptop. All right, that he was sexting with. I mean, come on, really? We really have to go as far as the Russians and all this crazy ass shit to find out what the hell's going on with these people? We've been knowing about it, but they want you to forget. They don't want you to think about it. They don't want you to talk about it. They want you to pretend like it's just barely happened.
And Justice Correspondent Evan Perez. Evan, this just happened a few minutes ago. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. What's in this?
Well, John, this is the affidavit that the FBI and the Justice Department submitted to the court in order to get permission to be able to search the laptop that they had taken possession of from Anthony Weiner. It was we've now learned that this was a Dell Inspiron computer that they had, a laptop computer that they had in their possession. And when they were doing the search of that computer on the Weiner case, the separate case into Anthony Weiner, they stumbled upon these emails that they clearly indicated were from the server, the Hillary Clinton private email server. This is the reason why, according to this warrant, according to this affidavit, why they decided that they needed to get a separate warrant. And this is what...
Alright, so this is why everything was happening with the FBI and everything that was going on. I mean, the whole time they made it seem like they were being a target of something. No, they're not being a target of nothing. They fuck things up themselves. Alright? As if that's not clear, that's probably why Trump won the election. So, I mean, this is the kind of situation where you should, know what's going on. You should know what's going on. You have to know what's going on. Alright, bottom line. Here we go. Let's see what else they got to say.
precipitated all those letters. The letter from the FBI director on October 28th, sending to the Congress saying, we found these new emails. We want to do a new investigation to see what is in this. According to this affidavit, John, it says that based on previous investigation, they found 4,000 emails between Huma Abedin, the estranged wife of Anthony Weiner, and Hillary Clinton, and that's one reason why they presumed it was safe to assume that there would be additional emails on this laptop. We do not know from these documents what in the end they found, but we do know that a couple of days before the election, they did come back. The FBI director came back and said, "Never mind. We've gone through this. It's not something that we hadn't seen before, and it was not relevant. So we don't know."
So they're saying they don't know, they do know, this is what we do know, this is what we don't know, yada yada yada. The bottom line is you had a pervert, right, with emails on his laptop. You had a top aide staffer with emails on her laptop. You had a former Secretary of State with emails on her. I mean, you had it all over the place. It was ridiculous. All right, it was just pure ridiculous, and they're still sorting through all this crap, and it's still coming out. They're trying to make it seem like, oh, they made a big deal over nothing. No, they didn't make a big deal over nothing. 4,000 emails, it's going to take them a while to get through that. And I'm not saying there's anything on there, but I could care less anything. All I know is there was government documents on a sexual pervert's laptop. That's enough for me right there. How about that?
Much more about what exactly they found, but we do know a little bit more about what they were looking for. According to the affidavit, what they said was they were looking to identify any person or persons who accessed classified information present on the laptop. And it also says that they were also looking to identify activity related to computer intrusions. They were looking to see if there were any hackers who might have gotten access to this Dell computer that was...
Now, why would they look into that? Why would they look into that? You know why? Because there was government information on a pervert's laptop. Alright, so now let's get to the real story, the real nuts and bolts, what I really want to talk about.
We'll hold more meetings here at Mar-a-Lago today, and it does come as his transition team is in a bit of damage control. They insist any suggestion of a conflict of interest related to the inauguration is false. President-elect Donald Trump fending off new pay-to-play accusations this week.
Fending off new play-to-play accusations. They're accusing him of play-to-play after they just got through defending all this crap with the sexual predator and the top secret emails and the Clinton organization. I haven't even gotten into that. I could pull stories up about that all day long. But this is what they want to talk to you about because they want to. This dude never even been a politician, barely taken office, and they want to nail him for everything that he hasn't done yet.
Morning after TMZ obtained this brochure saying donors who give $1 million to a newly formed charity called Opening Day could party with the president the day after he's inaugurated.
So you can party with the president on opening day. They're calling this pay to play? Really? You're comparing this to the same thing that Clinton was doing when she was taking millions from the Sultan of Bahrain and all the Prince of Bahrain or whatever the hell, different third world countries, Saudi Arabia and all them? It's crazy.
The big spenders even get a photo op with the new president and a hunting or fishing trip with Donald
Skip
Trump
forward.
Jr. and or Eric Trump.
Skip forward a little bit. See if we can.
Though Don Jr. and Eric are still listed as honorary co-chairs.
Oh, co-chairs.
Also this morning, a new look at FBI
Here we
Director
go.
James Comey's decision to revive the investigation into Hillary Clinton's emails in the final weeks of the race. On Tuesday, the FBI's request for a search warrant related to Hillary Clinton's private email server was unsealed, showing investigators believed there was probable cause a laptop seized as a part of its investigation into Anthony Weiner contained classified information. That turned out not to be the case. The heavily redacted documents contained few specifics. Clinton's former spokesman blasted Comey, tweeting the documents show his intrusion on the election was utterly unjustified. This as President-elect Trump ramps up a new war of words with Bill Clinton after the 42nd president told a local newspaper he received a phone call from Trump after the election, describing Trump as cordial, then saying, Mr.
Look, I'm going to tell you something right now before I let this Bill Clinton go. And we're going to see what's going on right now. Do you see how they just reported the story? I just showed you the former stories, okay? The first one, right? 15-year-old, right? This happened right before, days before the election, right? This is what was going on. Not the FBI crap. I mean, that was happening too, but then I showed you how they reported it, right? What they said. Now remember, they're saying that it was meddling from the FBI. I'm telling you, it was a pervert. This is probable cause right here, people. The FBI did what they were supposed to do. They didn't give a shit about an election. These people reported it differently, and now you heard the way they reported it, right? You just heard it. I just played it for you. They made it seem like no big deal. They didn't have probable cause. They were blasted by top aides at the Clinton campaign. Blah, 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 blah. Like, we were robbed. No, you weren't robbed. You weren't robbed. There was probable cause. There was plenty of stuff going on. Now, cherry on the cake.
Trump doesn't know much. One thing he does know is how to get angry white men to vote for him. Mr. Trump hitting back at the former president on Twitter. Wrong. He called me with a very nice congratulations. He doesn't know much, especially how to get people, even with an unlimited budget, out to vote in the vital swing states.
Now, President Clinton did clarify yesterday, tweeting that he was, in fact, the one to call President-elect Trump. Still, it all underscores that the bitter battle between these two families isn't simmering anytime soon.
No, that's not what it underscores. It underscores that Bill Clinton's a fucking liar, okay? Because that's what you just got through saying, Mrs. Welker. All right? You just got through pretty much announcing that he's a liar, but you try to cover it up by saying there's a bitter feud between these two. No, he lied on one, and the other one called him out. That's not a feud. That's one person calling out another person a liar. All right? So don't try to clean it up now and make it seem like there was no reason for the FBI to come out and announce anything or send any letters to Congress, because I've already proved that they had plenty of probable cause. They had government documents that may have been classified that was on a that was on a pervert's laptop that was sexting with a 15-year-old that's under investigation. And these two people right here, Clinton and Aberdeen, had 4,000 emails floating around everywhere. And now y'all gonna try and clean it up with a story like this today? Yeah, whatever. Thank you for watching the Fake News channel. If you want some more fake news, all you gotta do, come on back and I'll feed it to you every day.